8 months after my mom's death, I was still lost in grief, disconnected from my life that no longer seemed to fit. Then a channeler told me something that forced me to confront my marriage, my career, my future. Stay tuned. I'm back in New York. My mom's been gone 8 months. I thought life would go back to normal, but I'm in a dark place. I'm going through the motions. Inside, I'm disconnected and hollow. I'm having difficulty readjusting. Things are off, like I'm living someone else's life. I'm still working my lucrative but tedious job in the garment center, but I don't feel comfortable working there. My acting career is stalled again. I can't seem to focus. My marriage is strained. Henry and I barely speak. I don't fit into my current life. My friend Joan recommends I go see a channeler on the Upper West Side. I have no confidence in my own intuition or a spiritual practice, so why not? I enter a dimly lit living room that houses a gigantic amethyst crystal. The power and beauty emanating from this otherworldly gem beckons me. I want to disappear inside or hide behind the drawn, deep lavender silk curtains. The channeler motions for me to sit across from her. She appears to be a normal person, no cliche fortune teller garb, only a simple blouse and slacks. She closes her eyes, takes 2 deep breaths. This is pathetic, but I'm desperate. She asks me my birth date, shuffles her tarot cards, pulls 3 cards, and places them on the purple mirrored tablecloth. She studies the cards, sits back, stares at me for a long, uncomfortable moment, and in a deadly grave voice states, "You need to quit smoking." Sorry? I don't smoke. See, I knew this was stupid. It's a colossal waste of time and money. Why are your lungs black? Uh, my mother recently died of lung cancer. You took all that toxic energy, all her pain and disease into your body. You need to stop. Your suffering won't bring your mother back. Ooh, my head is spinning and the tears leak out of my eyes. You couldn't save her or heal her. Please, you'll make yourself sick. Let all this pain go. I'm stunned. Whew, I regain my composure. I'm concerned about my marriage. What's his birth date? She asks like I'm applying for a driver's license at the DMV. She reshuffles the card, places 3 on the tablecloth, and ponders the cosmos. You and your husband must renew your commitment and vows to each other. Your union is dynamic. A baby wants to come in, which you're not allowing. Oh my God, I'm so confused. Later that evening, I told Henry about my session with the channeler. So, what do you think? I agree. End of discussion. We don't talk about our relationship or the baby issue because that would mean having an authentic, meaningful conversation. The next time I'm in the solace of Dr. Rubin's office, lying on the familiar tan sofa as she chain smokes behind me, I tell her about my session with the channeler. Now listen, Jill. If you want a baby out of this marriage, make sure you get one. I mean, I've thought about this, but no thanks. I raised my siblings, my mother, my husband. My maternal instincts have been completely extinguished. I explained to Dr. Rubin. I'm suffocating under the weight of my relationship with Henry and his tedious demands. I'm trapped in a cage of my own making. I don't want to end up like my mother, where the only way out is death. My mother should be alive. She was only 65. She was supposed to paint and live to be 100 years old like Whistler's mother. That was my plan. I expected she would always be here for me, answer the phone when I decided to call. It's not fair. Life isn't fair. I know. Your mother suffered from depression. Depression is anger turned inwards. She was unable to confront your father. She took all her anger and rage and turned it on herself. Now look, you're not Jesus. You couldn't save her. Let it go. Back in the apartment, I pulled out our checkbook to record my payment to Dr. Rubin and found two withdrawals for $400 each without a notation. I asked Henry about the missing money. Well, as you know, I have extremely high arches. Yeah. So I went to Vogel's and they're making me two pairs of shoes. Handmade shoes, custom shoes. One pair of lace-up dress shoes and one pair of paddock boots. Oh, and the amazing part is they made a mold of my feet. So whenever I need another pair, I can call and order them. I want to wipe that entitled, smug grin off his face. Is he kidding? What a miserable sneak. Who does that? Handmade shoes? He spent my hard-earned money without asking. Jill, you need to call him on this. You need to say something. You need... Okay, wait. Don't be petty. No need to rock the boat. Not now. Henry took the bar exam. Unlike John, he'll pass the first time. Henry will be a lawyer, making a lot of money. You'll be able to focus on your acting career. This is what you've been working so hard for. My freedom is so close. I can almost taste the promised land. At this moment, I can't stand the sight of him, but I'm determined to make him keep up his end of the bargain. I worked too hard and too long and gave up too much. So I stuffed my feelings, ate my resentment, went to the bank, withdrew all my money from our joint checking account, except for the $500 Henry's mother gave him for graduation from law school, which in hindsight, I should have kept. I opened a separate bank account. I don't want him anywhere near my money ever again. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, in On Death and Dying, explained that denial can be essential to remain sane. While another part of you is acutely aware of what's happening, I may not be in denial about my mother dying, but I'm in denial about my marriage. I continued living my pretend life. Back in the safety of Dr. Rubin's office, I decide to come clean. Henry and I don't sleep together. And I don't mean just sex. We don't sleep in the same bed. Henry sleeps on the couch. How long has this been going on? Almost a year. My shame fills the room and intertwines with the vapors wafting overhead. How did this start? I close my eyes and allow the scene to unfold and play out in my mind. One evening, it's early fall. Henry and I took a cab to the Ensemble Studio Theater to attend a play written by my friend Julie. On the cab ride downtown, Henry was giving me a hard time, like he loves to do, and I don't remember what he was complaining about. I stopped listening to his petty complaints a while ago. He loves to criticize me. You make too much noise when you walk. You put too many dishes on the shelves in the kitchen. You don't put enough sauce on the spaghetti. Oh my God, he gets upset if I wear heels because heels make us the same height. He's perturbed if I wear red lipstick and prefers I dress like Annie Hall, or as my friend Marie said, he wants you to dress like a boy. I don't know, perhaps I should wear a potato sack or a burqa. Anyway, by the time the cab reached our destination, I was furious. I wanted to pummel Henry for being an annoying, ungrateful jerk. He paid the driver, which was a miracle. I jumped out of the cab, headed across the street at a fast clip. Henry came dashing up behind me. Hey, wait up, wait for me. I spun around. Why don't you try walking behind me for a change? See how you like it. I turned around and kept walking. Once inside the theater, Henry sauntered up to me and, I'm not staying. Do you need cab money? Cab money? Who's he kidding? Oh, now he's Mr. Magnanimous? Please. No, don't need cab money. Thank you. By the time I got home, Henry was sound asleep on our living room couch. And from that night on, that's where he slept. I'm in my parents' horrible marriage. God, one day I yelled at my mom, why don't you leave him? She started crying. We're staying for the children. Don't do us any favors, Mom. Jesus. My mother had to die of cancer to escape her dead-end marriage. Jill, you and Henry are in a parent-child relationship. Most sons don't want to sleep with their mother and vice versa. Oh, God. Is it hot in here? Oh. I remember an Oprah show where all the women supported their husbands through law school or medical school, and all their husbands left them once they completed their degrees. The experts claimed men can't handle being in a subordinate position and must move on to reclaim their manhood. What a bunch of pathetic pansies. Color direction's gonna fire me. Jill, trust me, they're not going to fire you. Well, they hired a new salesperson. The business is growing. You can't do everything. I swear, every time I walk into the office, everything stops. Like I caught them talking about me. Henry's working now, so I'm planning to cut back to part-time anyway and focus on my acting career. My mother's death taught me life is finite. We don't live forever. Good for you. Thanks for being here, you guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and share the videos with anyone you think might like them. And I want to give a special shout out for Sheila P., who bought me a coffee. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I'm just so happy that you're here. I really, really appreciate it. I guess that's it for now. And I will see you next week. Okay, you guys, I know it's crazy out there, so try to stay sane and be safe. All right, love you guys. Mwah.